we please stand for Pastor Suchet to bring us, open the meeting with a prayer.
Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we thank you for who you are and what you are to each of us. And oh God, we pray your blessings upon this village, upon this village board and this village president as they deal with the concerns of this village. Might they do it knowing that they're accountable first of all to you and to those that they serve. Oh God, bless them, bless their families, provide resources that will move this village forward in such a way that you would be pleased. And oh God, that those that reside here will be pleased as well. Lord, we just pray your blessings over this meeting. Might this be a meeting of cooperation and not confusion, because you are not the author of confusion. Have your way. Do it for your glory. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Lord.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Frank? Call to order, April 1st, 2026, Wednesday at 5:11. Roll call, please.
Mayor Freddie Wilson,
Present.
Trustee Jermaine Hooks,
Present.
Trustee Tyrese Andrews,
Present.
Trustee Elliot Harper,
Present.
Trustee Stacy Perry. Mayor and Board, let the record reflect that Trustees James Morgan and Trustees Johnny Griffin are not in attendance, but you do have enough for a quorum.
Thank you, Mayor. Clerk. Motion to adopt the March 18, 2026 regular meeting minutes. Can I have a motion? So moved. So moved by Jermaine. Mr. Trustee Hooks.
Second. Trustee Perry.
Second by Trustee Andrews. That was it.
Trustee Elliot Harper,
Yes.
Trustee Jermaine Hooks,
Yes.
Trustee Stacy Perry,
Yes.
Trustee Tyrese Andrews.
Yes.
The motion has carried to approve, to adopt the March 18, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Mayor's report. At this time, we passed a bill to deal with the fire department and something with the Cook County. And I was gonna ask the attorney how to rescind that, because I didn't mean to sign off on that, because I was told in a meeting that there would be no charge to the village. And then when I got the 5-year contract, it's stating that it's $73,000 a year, and then it goes up $3,000 every year after that for the next 5 years. And the village don't have money like that. Am I right, Miss Mary, is that in the figures?
Estimation, yes. At the end of the year, I think it will be, at the end of the 5 years, I think it will be $83,000. I don't have it in front of me.
82. It'd be $6,847 a month.
Okay.
So, because Trustee Morgan wants to know, is that the reason why we're going to be rescinding it?
Yes.
I'll let them know.
Unless the finance person say that we can afford to do that, and right now I was told that we definitely can't afford that.
I mean, what happened? Look over the record, but at this point, I don't know. But you have the lawyer look over the contract first.
Yes.
Because we can't negotiate this price with them?
Maybe, I'm not sure. But once the attorney look over it and tell us what direction to go in, then I'll proceed in that direction under counselor advice. And the people, you gotta be a little patient with me. I mean, I'm kind of new at this, but I have the best interest in the village at heart. So whatever I try to do is always towards the village, to benefit the village or to help the village. I'm never gonna do anything to bring harm or disrespect to the community that I love. I've been here all my life, over 60 years. Come here, I was a little shorty, I was 4 years old. Actually, 62 years I've been here. And I come here, I was 4, and it's kind of difficult at times when you have to deal with every issue that come up that is unfair to me. But I understand, I accepted this by accepting the mayor position, but sometimes it get overwhelming. You know, people don't come to the meeting unless they got something to complain about. And it's unfair to me, because I didn't make the situation the way it is today. I've been here 1 year sitting in this seat, and I've made some things happen. I'm trying to make some more things happen, but I need the board on board with me to make those things happen. I can't do it by myself. And so, to the citizens, if you got some issues going with your street, your yard, your light, just be a little patient. We're gonna get around to it. It may not get done right then and right there on the spot, but as I'm in office, if it's a problem, I'm here to try to fix the problem with the help of the board.
Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
because I was speaking to Jerry earlier about that semi that's parked in front of the house. Because it's on private property, we can't do anything about that, right?
That's a question that we can ask the attorney as far as going into legal. You know, you definitely can't go on somebody else's property and tell them what they can do or can't do on their property, but there should be some type of code
Because he says it's been sitting for 4 years.
that we have that you just can't leave a vehicle abandoned and without plates but we have no adjudicator. So those are some of the things that I'm working on, getting an adjudicator. Without an adjudicator, you can write all the tickets you want. They ain't going nowhere. So once we get adjudicator on board, then you get that ticket and we can pursue some legal issues as far as your license or your maybe taxes or do some things like that. But without adjudicator, we just wasting the paper. And we definitely need the county to get on board to start helping make some things happen. Is, you know, we got signs up saying no parking, and people just don't even listen, don't even look at the sign, like just disregard the sign. Signs say no parking this side of the street, cars all up and down the street. The county see this, but they don't reinforce our codes, which if they out here, I believe personally they should be reinforcing the codes of the village. So it's a lot of issues that's going on we gotta deal with, and hopefully the attorney will be able to help us out with some things. And I just found out yesterday that the police station is closed because they said the roof was leaking or something. The commander never called me or talked to me or told me anything about the police station being closed next door. So it's a few issues, but
Is that part of the grant that we received to fix that roof?
well, they still serving us.
Well, I'm
Yes.
just saying to get that roof fixed. Is
Yes,
that
that's,
a part of the grant that we're gonna be receiving?
yes, that's, the whole roof is going all the way from this end to the fire department with new central air units and repairing the roof. Not repairing it, replacing the whole roof. We've been patching it for the last 10 years. And it works and then it don't. And we finally fixed the leak that the fire department had where the sewage was coming down inside the building from the old pipes had never been rotted out since I guess the building was built, because they don't have any clean outs. So the contractor that was hired, he put a clean out in there so that we'll be able to ride those sewers out from up top. Instead, there was nothing you can do because there's no way to get into the sewage unless you go up on the roof to do it. And it's a lot of turns in the pipes the way they designed this building. So it's one thing at a time, and it's coming. As far as that's pretty much it for the mayor's report. I just wanted to make sure if you got a problem, just give me a little time and be a little patient with me, and I'm gonna take care of the problem. But you run up here and think you can talk crazy and the problem's gonna get taken care of, the problem's still gonna be there. Actually, that can make the problem sit there even longer when you're being disrespectful and out of turn about it. But I understand that if some issues going on, you want those issues to be addressed. And I'm here to try to address them with you.
Mayor, one more question.
Yes, sir.
You said the police department's closed,
Yes.
so.
They got a letter on the door saying closed.
So have we spoken to anyone how long it's going to be closed?
Nobody contacted me, so I have no clue. Maybe, we got an officer back there, maybe he might know.
I don't know.
He don't know either, so.
I just know you spoke.
And I'm the mayor and I don't know, I haven't spoken to anyone. And we like a communication with the county sheriff, and that's gonna change. We like a communication with my fire department, that's gonna change. It's some things that's in the making that's gotta change for us to keep moving forward. So, that's pretty much the mayor's report. Now, after the mayor's report, we go to legal.
Thank you, Mayor, Board. I did have an opportunity to speak with Attorney Kling regarding the outstanding files. He and I will be following up next week to have those files transferred to my office. I will provide an update to the village as that continues to happen. I'm also happy to look at those issues that you referenced earlier in your report. So if you can give me that paperwork, I'll take a look and see where we are. And I know there's a few items that we're working through right now in IGA with the county as far as your dispatch services, as well as I know the inspection agreement. We have to follow up with that as well, and I anticipate those to be ready for the next board meeting. So I have nothing further at this time,
Thank you,
unless
Attorney.
there's any questions.
Do the board have any questions for the attorney? No? Okay. Clerk comment.
So under clerk's communication, I really want to touch on building permits. Our season is about to ramp up, and I need the board to consider some changes in how we're doing some things. Under Mayor Griffin's administration, there was the housing rehab program. Those people received a reduced building permit. That's not in writing anywhere. We need to get that in writing. We have people out here doing big major residential projects, and with our current formula that we use, that can become a bit pricey. So I need you guys to do some due diligence and think about how do you want to adopt, how you want to move forward. It's okay to come up with things, but if we're no longer here and there's not a process in place, then the people that come behind us won't know what we've done and why we're doing what we're doing. We want to welcome all of the construction. I will work with you. The office of the clerk will work with you regarding your building permits as they stand with the formula that we use. But it does get a bit pricey when you have people that are working on multi-million-dollar projects and then we use that formula. and we don't want to turn anybody away. So I really do need you guys to do some consideration in terms of how we will do that. The residential part will stay the same, but you guys really do need to do some consideration as far as that. It will make the clerk's job a little bit easier as we're giving out information and relaying information to the public and to the people that are doing business within the village of Fort Heights. Next, the weather is changing, so last year we did a recycling event. We're gonna do it again. It is Operation Cleanup around here. We keep talking about it, and it's time for us to be about it. We want to do a village-wide cleanup. I'm working on donations so that we can come together and do what we can to start cleaning up our village and picking up this paper. And we all need to have, it can't just be the public works doing it. We all need to be active in cleaning up this village. And to that end, we have a recycling event that's coming up in May. So if you guys have old TVs or old things and you just holding it, let's be good neighbors. You want to make your place inviting. You don't want to have your dwelling place looking shabby and your neighbor next to you has done all the work and they're cleaning up. So we want to be in concert with that. So if you have old items that you want to get rid of, we will have a place for you to recycle those things. So let's get on board with Operation Cleanup because it's coming. Whether you're on board or not, it's happening. So with that being said, Mayor and Board, that concludes clerk's communication, unless you all have any questions about anything that I said.
Well, Madam Clerk, with the permits, I'm working on getting a contract that the inspector can sign that's gonna benefit the village. Now, it ain't costing the village no money to bring this contractor on as an outside contractor to be able to do the inspections the proper way. Wood's not an inspector. I'm not a licensed inspector. I know about building, I know about certain things, electrical and plumbing, but I'm not a licensed person. So I brought this guy forward. He's not a personal friend of mine. If you gave me $1 million, I couldn't tell you his last name today. So that tells you he's not a personal friend of mine, but it's a person that we can use to our advantage to help us. He gonna charge a price to do the inspection, and we get a portion of that inspection that he do. He's licensed and bonded by the state of Illinois for residential and commercial. So I would like to make sure that we get him on board. I'm having Brad Cole to build up a contract so that we can terminate any time without having any repercussion behind it. And if he signed that contract, then we'll move forward with him being our inspector so that the things you're talking about with the building permits, that inspector needs to be on board with us also so that he can make sure that that property is totally safe and up to par.
Ask you a question, Mayor.
Yes.
And it's also related to fire department also. Do we have a licensed inspector in our department?
Not for building construction, but he is certified in the state of Illinois for fire inspections. He does it for another village. He used to do it for Salt Village, and now he does it for Stager, I believe. So the fire inspection side, we have someone that's certified, not for building.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
do we know the percentage that we'll make of?
20%. It's better than no percent what we making right now.
Will we know what he's charging?
Yes, everything have to be in writing. You can't charge 1,000 and then come and tell us you charge 300.
I got you.
Excuse me, Mayor. So,
You can't ask questions yet, miss.
okay.
When the comment comes.
So how does that work? Who would be taking in the money? Is that something the village would do, or
No.
how does that work?
Those are the details we need to work out because he's an outside person. And if he set a fee, then we could take the money and he gets his portion, 80% of the village keep the 20. So that needs to be worked out in detail, so we'll definitely know the direction that we're going in. But I know it ain't costing the village a dime, so anyway it go, the village is getting inspected. We got Diesel Max over there, $150 million project being done, but we have no inspector that know how to inspect Diesel Max. And I talked to some inspectors on board, and you know what the permit for them to, $80,000 to inspect Diesel Max. I was like, I'm in the wrong business. $80,000 for one inspection. So, any other questions from our board? Moving forward, let's go to finance. Trustee Tyrese Andrews.
Well, I only got two things. One is the bill list, and I want to know the board's pleasure on Don cutting grass. You know he does it every year. He has a letter stating that he's gonna charge $600 for cleaning up the garbage and cutting grass on, what's that, Kennedy? Yeah, Kennedy.
And personally, me being the mayor, I would approve of Don doing that because he keep that hole from one end of the Kennedy all the way to the other end of Kennedy, cut it, get on people when they bring their dogs over there and use the bathroom. So he keep that whole Kennedy Lane on that creek pretty much together for 600, and he using his own gas and his own equipment. So he's not using anything from the village. I would say the village been working with him. I don't see any
Yeah,
reason.
that's why. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew what was going on. I don't want nobody saying, hey, we didn't know he was getting paid, so let's just put it out in the open. This is what he's asked for the last.
Well, it's up to the board if they wanna continue or if they,
No, we
wanna
can't.
add an extra to the village.
No. So, clerk, we don't have to vote on anything like this, right? I just can ask them their opinion. Am I right?
You're paying him something?
Yes.
You need to vote on it.
But this will have to be on the next agenda then, correct?
Yes, it will.
Well, make sure it's on the next agenda.
This is like the bill list.
Is it on the bill list? No, because this is what he just gave.
I got a question. Atlanta Strip Club owed us like $41,000. What is that over?
That's not on here.
Then we got S2 Bar Grill that's supposed to be on the minutes. They owed us soup since January. What is that on?
That's not on here either, sir.
No, they don't know it's from January.
It's on the minutes, no?
They own us from, when they first put their deposit up, they paid their first month rent. So,
What, it was like $3 first month rent. But it was January, what, it's on the minutes,
It was past January, it said they, if approved, when they went before the board in December, then they would start paying their fee come January of 2026.
it's not on there.
right, but I think the board gave them an extension on, because they didn't start till they fixing the building up. They gave them the next month. That's in the minutes too, if you look for it. It's-
What's up with Atlanta Strip Club though? They owed us $41,000. They said like, you told them like with Chicago High School owed them a lot of money, so we need to start paying, they need to start paying us. $41,000, that's a lot of money, man.
Well, who's over, collecting the money?
Like how do we handle the situation? They sent a check for $10,000, and they still owe us, like you said, $41,000.
No, he sent a check for 10,000, then he sent a check for 5,000.
Okay, so he sent us two checks for $15,000.
Yes, if I ain't mistaken. Didn't he send a check for 5,000, Miss Mary?
Yes.
So he sent a check for 10.
But-
Now,
So it's a
with the
total-
situation that's with Atlantis, he's in the process of changing his business out from his old partner. And they in court right now, so he's struggling, he's fighting against him changing the business out. But that has nothing to do with that bill, and he said he gonna take care of the bill, and then he gonna pay for his license in full once it get changed out. He just needed a little more time, but he's always paid, he's been paying for 18 years that he been there.
So, and how much more time do you think we should give? Because, I mean, it should have been paid in January, if I'm correct. I'm saying I know, you know, he's going through a legal battle with the other team. He wants to switch his company over. So,
Well, somebody need to, whoever that's over finance, maybe you need to give them a call and talk to them. Mark and Lance, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I wasn't just sure if I could go down there and have a conversation with him. So.
Well, you over the finance department.
I got two more questions. Like JLM, paid them $3,800. They ain't go across the board. Paid JLM again $5,500. What's going on with that?
My understanding, I just saw that myself. I believe we had a leak in the bathroom here, and the gas line ran at the shelter. Am I correct? So, Mayor might know more, a little bit more about it than I do, but that's what I was told. That's what I was told.
Yeah, I approved him to go do the work that sewage is dropping down on my firemen, and I refuse to let them be in there with that, coming down, and get sick or something happens. So I called them, Ms. Mary, and told her it's emergency to get that fixed ASAP. And I know that Calumet City probably would have charged $10,000 to fix the pipe. And Center, we have a proposition to get it open, but it has gas leak because whoever was working at the community service center over there, they put water pipe on gas, and gas would eat the water pipe up. So you need to put gas pipe. So the contractor need to replace some gas pipelines. They got galvanized pipelines on gas, and it do not work.
So it's for the new shelter, right?
No,
The community
that's for where the migrants was at. That's where it's.
Okay.
And then he quoted a price on the side of the building over at the senior building, where the water's deteriorated the whole side of the building. It looked like it's got a big hole in the side of it, of the building. He quoted a price for that. I think that price was included in his $3,500 or something.
And that's a separate charge from these other two? Or is it included into the
You have to ask Ms. Mary. She
It's a separate charge. It was $55,000 for the fire station.
55,000.
I mean, $5,500 for the fire station.
And $3,800.
$3,800 was divided between the gas lines at the shelter and redoing the breaker box here, because every time certain people, in the offices turn a heater on or a printer on, it's blowing fuses. So that's what the $3,800 is for. The $200 was because the urinals over there in the shelter building was leaking. So it's 3 separate projects.
Now, considering I'm over finances, like I said, this my first time hearing it was today. I know we can't vote on money on phone calls, correct, Clark?
Correct.
So when we have emergencies like this, moving forward, how do we handle the situation? If the attorney can answer to let me know, how do I?
Well, it gets designated as an emergency and it gets brought to the board at the next meeting.
What should it be, since I'm over finances, since I know ahead of time, or?
That's your internal procedures. If you're in charge of finance, nothing wrong with them notifying you. And you can't vote on my phone, but you can notify all the board members that this is going on. I would do that BCC via email when your email's up and working again.
So is it, I know, any more questions about the bill list as far as moving forward, or do you want to table it until you can get further understanding on it? Because for the most part, the bill list didn't change. I mean, we are, no, Calumet City Plumbing, yeah, Calumet City Plumbing for $714.
For what?
Was it a water main break somewhere?
700?
714.
They ain't never done no work for $700. Something's wrong with that.
Maybe they like us now. I don't
No,
know.
that ain't not, they ain't looked at a water for $700, so maybe that pricing is wrong. Not Calumet.
Oh, no, my
The
administrator.
mayor authorized, the supervisor of public works to call them out, they jetted out some type of street. Can you tell them what you did?
1321 before us.
What was wrong with it?
The sewer line.
The sewage was backing up. Ms. Maylee's sewage was backing up in her house.
You gotta get up to
Any citizen, that if the sewage backing up in their house, I'm okay.
Besides that, I mean, everything else is roughly the same. I know you probably look at the Illinois Department of Transportation, those are our red lights, we have to do that. That's a fee that we have to pay. That's something different on there, if you haven't noticed, but that's something we have to pay.
1,800.
Where's that? Oh, there you go.
At the same.
Okay.
And also, let me mention, we have to pay Tower, some money for the lawsuit, so we sent them 10,000 as well. So that's something different as well that's on here to add it.
But we need to start making sure that we bring that to the board and get it approved when we spending that kind of money out. Even though we know we owe Tower, but the board still needs to prove that money is going out so that it's covered.
That's why it's on the bill list tonight. So it can be paid to them, and we did send them a letter disputing the amount that they say that we owe versus our books. But that's why it's on the bill list tonight. Everything that's on that bill list tonight needs to be paid.
Because if you see it,
Except for the things that you authorized, that JLM and that, Calumet City Plumbing. Everything else is on the bill list to be paid.
but just moving forward with Tower, considering what we went through with them, how do you want to handle it? 'Cause you know what we went through last time. You know,
Yeah.
it was-
Well, look.
No, that ain't what happened. Just know we was in real trouble with this lawsuit. If they don't get their money, we're gonna be in some more trouble.
Well, we got an agreement, now we have an attorney on board that can maybe speak up for us and talk to Tower about, telling us we owe one thing, like Chicago Heights said, we owe 1.7 million, then they sent us a bill for 800,000. That's a long ways from 1.7 million to me, 800,000. So that's the same with Tower can tell us we owe, and we know we've been paying Tower, and they saying that we still owe them the same amount that we didn't pay.
It's because the interest rate that they're charging us is ridiculously high. So I don't know, maybe the attorney can go in and renegotiate, see if we can, as far as that, but 10,000 every time we pay them, we gonna be on them forever. I'll probably sit there and see by the time we done paying them.
Good luck with that.
So I'm just saying, moving forward, I don't know, how do we,
I had a seat right now.
I'm gonna get you 3 more years. But you know what I'm saying, like, I don't wanna take forever trying to pay them off and we gonna.
Yeah, I understand, but once the money start coming in, then we can pay our attorney what he's worth. We can pay things that need to be paid, but right now, we're in the position to just try to make ends meet, do what we can do. All this was handed down to me, I walked into this.
Yeah,
This ain't-
and you was on the board when we went through what we went through, so that's why I said
Yes.
you know exactly what I'm talking about, so. If it's not any more questions about the bill list,
Well, Jermaine, you got any more questions about it?
What's the vote on?
And I'm definitely for calling Atlantis and getting on them about doing what needs to be done, but the man been here 18 years, and he been taking care of the business for 18 years.
no, I totally understand, that's why I said maybe if he reach out to me and me and him have a conversation, and with my administrator, to just see how we get this balance paid off, or to see how his case is going. 'Cause I know he wants to switch his business and things of that nature, so.
He gave me his word he gonna pay it off, and the man's word pretty much is bond. He say he gonna do something, he does it.
But as far as to, like, do we have an understanding on?
S2 told me that they came and paid,
Yeah, they dropped a check off,
okay.
but first and last months, right? So are we saying that they paid January with their first and last month? With
No,
the- with
they
their
didn't
first
pay,
payment?
they
They
didn't put
paid
first
you.
and last month, they put, what he put up was his security deposit and his first month's rent.
No.
But he didn't get the building finished till,
Like January?
right. So that I asked the board to approve him to start the next month because he didn't, open. And they wouldn't let him get, he just kept bouncing him around about his license and didn't want him to go to work. If he had been working on the building, he could have had it done, we could have been getting paid. But for the last 4 years, they never would let him work. They stopped him from working. Morgan,
But he's paid February, if I'm correct.
I'm not sure, I'm not over finance, so
Well,
you
yeah, he
you
brought-
can make that call
He brought a
to
check, he brought a check in.
S2 or to Miss Mary and check with her and know
No, he didn't bring
exactly.
the check to me.
He gave it to-
He brought it to the cashier.
To Jessica.
Yes, and the check on the check says that it was for February rent. That's what the check said, when she turned it over to finance.
So what is missing?
March 8th?
March and April.
Okay, you can call him.
I mean, I have no problem.
Yeah, you can call him and talk to him.
But like, if it's, I mean,
But I think, Mayor Griffin, former Griffin, he had a contract written up for those. Did you get the contract from S2 from? They done a contract with the village.
The contract hasn't been signed, or the MOU has not been signed. Neither one of them has been signed. The
We need to
contract
get
with
on
the
top of
letters
that.
have not been signed.
We need to get on top of that also then, and make sure that we sign the contract. We do know we sitting here, we was never getting a dime for the last 5-6 years, Sharks was there.
no, I think he's doing an awesome job with
The
that.
village never received one dime, I'm saying. Now, at least we have gotten, 2 checks, which is at $3,500, that's $7,000 that the village hadn't seen no parts of in the last 5 years.
Wow.
I'm sure that he ain't going, the man spent over $250,000 in that building. From doing a new heating unit on top, having the roof fixed, putting all new appliances in, new wiring, new electrical box, new bathrooms. He put everything in there brand new. So he ain't trying to go nowhere, Dodge. But you talk to him, I'm sure he'll take care of whatever it is need to be taken care of.
That's no problem.
Other than that,
I mean, motion,
can I have a motion to approve the bill list? So moved by Mr. Hooks, trustee Hooks. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Stacy Perry, trustee Perry. Roll call.
Trustee Tyrese Andrews,
yes.
trustee Stacy Perry,
Yes.
trustee Jermaine Hooks,
Yes.
trustee Elliot Harper.
Yes.
The motion has carried to approve the April 2026 bill list. Is this the correct amount? And $94,185.79, is that correct?
That's correct, man.
Sorry, now I have a question.
Yes, sir.
3,800 is on here, was that paid already?
For the J.
For the work
JLM?
that the guy done in the fire department?
Yes. Those are the 38 and the 55 are the only two, and the 200 were the only two that were paid. So
Okay, so.
everything else is, we need to be approved.
So everything else add up to that 94 without the 38 and
Yeah,
that?
because you gotta add the, I know we didn't talk about it, but Chicago Heights got paid as well for the 35,000.
Okay. Thank you, trustee Andrews.
No problem.
Are you done with your?
That concludes my report, sir.
Personnel.
I'm sorry, Mayor, just for clarification, you gave me this to include in the,
Next board
board
meeting.
next.
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Thank you.
Personnel and administration. Trustee Stacy Perry?
I don't have anything at this time.
Okay, no report. Okay, I'll keep on this one.
Yes, sir.
Police and Fire, Mr. Morgan.
He had a report, he told me to ask why was we rescinding this, but our reaction, so I'll let him know.
Okay. He's not here. Streets and Alleys, Trustee Harper.
I will be getting with the clerk on cleanup. We have dumpsters in specific places, so it'll be coming soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Citizens hear that, right? Some dumpsters will be coming soon. You're allowed to dump your debris or whatever you have in these dumpsters, and it don't cost you one dime. Public Health and Sanitation, who is that? Trustee Johnny Griffin, who's not present. Housing and Development, Trustee Jermaine Hooks.
Mayor, I want you to, please remove me for, the House of Development, because I see houses being worked on, I don't know nothing about. I see people, some people get deeds for these houses, not even like we know nothing what's going on. So, I want to be removed from the House of Development. That's in my report.
Okay, that's not a problem. We have old business. Christ Temple #2.
Yes. Motion to approve Christ Temple #2 to conduct community outreach Friday, April 3rd, 2026 at the corner of Lincoln Highway and Ellis Avenue from 12 to 1:30 p.m. This was read out at the previous meeting. They just want to do some outreach, and so they just need board approval for them to be at the corner of Lincoln Highway and Ellis Avenue for that time frame, so that you all know what's going on.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Trustee Andrews. Second by Trustee Hopper. Roll call.
Trustee Stacy Perry?
Yes.
Trustee Jermaine Hooks?
Yes.
Trustee Elliot Harper?
Yes.
Trustee Tyrese Andrews?
Yes.
The motion has carried to approve Christ Temple #2 for their community outreach on Friday, April 3rd, from 12 to 1:30 at Lincoln Highway and Ellis.
Okay, new business.
That just one thing, I received a phone call maybe sometime last week, and they were wondering when we doing a daily daughter dance again. I wasn't sure about the village's finance at this point, considering the lawsuit in Chicago Heights. I told them I wasn't sure. So it's just something that I'll just maybe discuss with you later, maybe get some donations from different businesses versus using the village's money. So, just a heads up, they asked me about it, something to let the board know. Other than that, that's all.
Let the record reflect that Trustee Jermaine Hooks has left the regular Board of Trustees meeting at 5:52 p.m. So item under new business, motion to allow Dr. Mary Matthews as designee to sign contracts with Central Management Services, also known as CMS, on behalf of the Village of Ford Heights for their, for the 2026-2027 bulk rock salt submission. This is something that Dr. Matthews has been doing in the past, but they asked for one of the, and it's included in your board packet, they asked for board authorization that she is the designated person that does this. So basically, this is just a formality.
So why do we need to vote on it if she been doing it?
Because when they sent the email, if you look at it, at the certificate of authority by vote, it's asking that this was done in a board meeting with board authorization. This is what they're asking for.
Is there any reason it would be
I think what traditionally is done under this program, this is a program whereby it's a joint purchasing program where CMS acts on behalf of a whole bunch of different municipalities for the purchase of salt for winter months. As part of that, the board would approve that contract separately, but then all you're doing is authorizing her to act on your behalf to sign the documents.
So can we pass it with 3? Or do I have to? do
Yes,
4?
there's not a dollar
It's not
amount
money.
attached. It's already
Okay.
been approved, so, at least my understanding.
So, can I have a motion
So
to
moved.
approve? So moved by trustee Andrews,
Second.
second by trustee Hopper. Roll call.
Trustee Andrews,
See,
trustee Perry,
Yes.
trustee Harper.
Yes.
The motion is carried to allow Dr. Mary Matthews to be the designee to sign contracts with Central Management Services on behalf of the Village of Fort Heights for the 2026-2027 bulk rock salt submission.
Okay, citizens remark, but can we please keep it like 2 minutes? Mr. Robinson and anybody else that want to speak, couple of minutes.
Lou Robinson. All I was gonna say was, the attorney, I'm like, no, I understand you know what you're doing, but just for clarifications for trustees, 2 aren't here. What, in our millionth time, I was asking that, like I said, would the board think about, like, making a payment plan, like giving like good faith to that lawsuit? So, and the misunderstanding that we had, well, I didn't have, but trustees were thinking that, well, you gotta have an attorney, which is true. What, the attorney don't determine how much money you pay. The attorney's gonna put it in a legal format to make sure that whatever legality that is in, the trustees or Mary and her accountant would decide how much the village can afford. But at this time, because like I said, it's been over 18 years and we haven't received 0. And I'm sitting there saying it's a sign of good faith, whether it's 10, 20, 30,000, because we're just sitting here and haven't gotten anything. And so, like I said, the attorney, he's here, and it's like I said, his job, make sure it's in legal form. You guys and Mary and the accountant would decide what you can give, whether it was $100, whether it was $5. We haven't received anything. So that's all I'm saying. So,
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. We definitely had the attorney look into it. Any others?
Jerry Myers, 807 Ellis. In regards to what Mr. Andrews said about that truck down there, I don't have a problem with the truck being or in that yard. I have a problem with it being on the front side where it's an eyesore to the properties that are down there. So if the man could just move the truck to the backyard or somewhere out of the way where I could see to the north and south, it would be highly appreciated. I don't know what our ordinances are or what you could do about it, but that's all my only biggest complaint is if you just move it to the back somewhere out of sight where we can see and we can admire the clean property now.
I have the village see if they can send him a letter or something and ask him courtesy, can he please take that vehicle off the front because it don't have any plates. I know if it's been sitting there 5 years, it can't have no plates.
It's been sitting there longer than that.
Yeah, so,
Because we had a big argument about it because he used to run it and the smoke used to blow right into my house. So him and I had a big fallout on it.
did he
Um,
Is Mr. Knox deceased?
Charlie Knox, yeah, that truck belongs to Dennis Knox, I believe. But Charlie Knox, Junior, he passed away a month or so ago.
I've talked to Dennis. I talked to
And
Okay.
as far as the street, Mr. Harper, I believe?
Yes.
He spoke to me about the street.
That question that came up about the guy getting paid $600 for cutting grass. My question is, I guess, is how did he go about, or how did he get started cutting the grass?
He was on that when Beck was here. I don't know.
I'm just asking because I cut grass down here in the Ellis quite a bit. Never asked for any money, never asked for any gas money until last year when I had that big bill for the maintenance on my lawn.
And what did
you
the village
guys-
give you for, what did the village give you to help you get your lawnmower
You
fixed?
gave me half of the bill, which was 400 and some change. But I've never asked for any, I've been cutting that grass down there for, I've been,
I'm sorry.
What was
no, I've been cutting the grass down there for probably 18, 20 years. Okay, and I never asked for a dime. Mr. Franklin been cutting grass down there by his house for who knows how many years, and I don't think he's asked for a dime.
Oh, he asked for money all the time.
But at the same time, I mean, I just want to know how they came about doing it, because when I started cutting grass down there, it was kind of like out of the goodness of my heart. I just wanted it to be nice and neat and clean down there. And I never asked nobody for no gas, for my time, the repairs on my lawnmowers, tires, anything. I just cut it just to be cut. In fact, I asked the village one time to take it over for me because, as you say, I'm 70 years old. I may not look like it, but I'm getting tired of cutting the grass. But the village was cutting it every 2 weeks and it looked really bad. So I started cutting it again because I wasn't happy with it. So like I said, I just want you to think long and hard. If you're gonna pay that man $600, then I should get something.
I was under the impression to remove him and make the village workers do the public work job and cut that department and not pay him that. Take that 600 and put it in the tanks of the village.
I mean, I'm just
That's
saying.
what I would recommend to the board, but he been doing it since Beck was here.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just
Well,
saying,
I do.
I mean,
I got a problem with them getting paid from the village when we got public workers.
well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That's their job to keep the,
It is their job, but Mr. Mayor, I mean, like I said, when I asked them to do it for me down there, which they did, it was every 2 to 3 weeks. And when it got done, it was all kind of clumps and bumps and all kinds of stuff down there. Mind you, when I started cutting it, I asked the village for like 3 months to push that stuff back, because there was no streets, there was no curves, there was nothing down there. I came up there and pleaded with them to push the stuff back and said that I would take care of it from that point. And I did for several years and never complained, never said nothing. But like I said, I'm getting old now. I don't want to keep on doing this. I do it for fun. I do it for just so it look nice down there. I do it for my neighbors, so their kids and grandkids, my wife, people can see where they at, what they're doing, because you don't know what kind of rodents, what kind of varmints, who might be hiding in the weeds. When my wife and kids come home, that's the only reason why I started doing it in the first place. So if anybody, I think people in this village should, contribute a little bit more to take care of our village. Maybe we should put out some flyers or something and ask the village, or people in the village, to start donating some time, or at least just.
yeah, that would be real nice if that could ever happen.
So I wasn't at the last meeting.
Excuse me, what's your name?
My name is Vanessa McGee. I wasn't at the last meeting you all here, but different people have been coming to me about the lady that's at the bus stop that, made at her house, her home. Folks is, don't want to catch the bus, but they scared to, stand there because this woman is there. And I'm like, well, I'm not the mayor. And if you want to know, if you have any questions or anything, come to the meeting. So everybody's talking about this eyesore at the bus stop right here on Lincoln Highway and Route 30. And it just doesn't look good. And if something can be done about it, we would appreciate it. And as far as this cleanup thing, do you all have a month or anything like that you all want to get started with this, or
May.
in May?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is that when
Then the
they
mayor-
put the dumpsters out, or is that when we just gonna start cleaning up?
They'll be up soon before that, Ms. Combs.
Soon.
It'll coincide with that.
Right.
It's coming soon. Information will be coming out about the dumpsters. But I have a date, it's before the, Memorial Day? It's before Memorial Day for the recycling event. Now, the cleanup, that's coming. I have to get the donation, so I'm trying to make sure that we can make a day of it and we can feed you all and just, you know, make it a day. But that information is coming, forthcoming.
So, when you say cleanup, you're asking the people in the village to come and contribute?
We're gonna section it off, so, you know, over in Sunnyfield, it's too many of us, so some of us will be cleaning in our area, and then some of us will go over where, public housing is. Those that are in Golden Meadows, the trustees, the mayor, they can have that area, the trustees, Trustee Harper and Trustee Griffin, that area over in Lincoln Way, we're gonna divvy it up and make it a village-wide event, where we can come out. Yes, sir. So, what it's gonna do, we need sweat equity. If Public Works keeps cleaning it up, people keep jumping it up. But if you get out there and clean it up, maybe, just maybe, you'll say to your neighbors, no, don't do that, because you was out there doing the work and cleaning it up. So we're all gonna put our hands in there, because we say we want better for this village, then we all have to put our money where our mouth is. And so we're gonna do better, and we're gonna get out there. From the mayor on down, we all gonna get out there and participate.
I don't have a problem with that, I mean, I try to keep it clean.
I know you do. I know you do.
Are you all passing out any flyers, how? people-
It is forthcoming, but before it came out, I wanted to start making you all aware. I didn't want to just come up and say, in May, in 3 weeks, this is what we're gonna do. I need to start prepping y'all that this is what's happening.
No, I'm just asking because, I mean, if you.
Yes, sir. Flyers are coming.
Flyers or whatever, I mean.
Yes, sir.
I'm on board with this, trying to.
Yes, sir, flyers are coming.
I'm trying to get people to stop throwing trash out their windows and things.
I
like
know,
that.
I know. Yes, sir, flyers are
We don't have
forthcoming.
Hurricane, McDonald's and Popeyes.
I know, I know.
It just looks bad.
Mr. Rex?
After you ain't getting my ounce.
1,500. This year, we're gonna do the old timers one more time. Being that there's no place like home, I hope that whatever the village can contribute to it would be, I'm not gonna put a price on it. Because, I understand that, like you said, it's a lot of things that gotta be fixed. But at the same time, so we're bringing people back in from northeast, south, and west that's not here no more. And we want to make sure that they come home and see that, we still here, we still love this town, and we still can have a good time for at least one day.
Thank you, sir.
This was pertaining to, when we was talking about the trucks. The only reason I thought about this, I was like, when I became like a truck enforcement officer, I think, but I was gonna go back and look into my own files, because I still haven't. Because I was looking at something where we had talking about trucks being parked on the city, in like the residential areas. So I was gonna go back and look, way to talk to somebody that I know to see, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that I had the village create an ordinance or something like that. But I'll go back and look.
Any other citizens? Okay, how about my judge?
Good evening, Mayor, trustees. I'm Natalia Moore, and I was here a couple of months ago with Mayor's permission to introduce myself to the village and introduce my candidacy as judge. And I am here tonight again with Mayor's permission, just to thank everybody. My candidacy was successful.
Thank you.
And just wanted to be the one to come back and say thank you, and unopposed in the general election. So I'm looking forward to serving you all as your next judge. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Congratulations.
Is there any other citizen? I like for people to have, they say if they got something to say. I don't like to just close out and feel like I left somebody out.
I got something to say.
Well, say it, Mr.
Hey, Mr. Bentley here. Y'all don't have no money, but y'all have what y'all wanna have, but y'all want, the public can't get $1 raise. I'm through.
I put in a request to get $1 raise. I thought that I talked to Miss Mary about that. I thought she's gave her $1 raise.
They did get $1 raise in January. Everybody-
So what is he talking about? You want another $1 raise?
From the village.
You gotta do something first.
How you think your place cleaners around there, your gutters?
Me.
You don't do nothing.
You're so funny.
I would like to say something. I'm Dominique Robinson, 1025 Drexel. I would like to thank everyone. I am the general manager for S2. So I want to thank everybody for supporting us. We definitely appreciate it. Y'all keep coming down and, you know, get y'all lamb chops and y'all burgers, okay?
All right now.
Thank you, everyone.
Beautiful.
Well,
You better adjourn this meeting, man.
Mr. Mayor, before you close out, I have one more question in regards to the lady on the corner.
Yeah.
Is there anything that all of us, any of us can do to help us move this along?
we working
Boys,
on,
calm down.
I have my assistant working on that, and, you know, I went against the grain and moved her once before, and just moved all that stuff out of there, and whatever come about, but it's, you know, ain't no other town she can go, just prop herself up and live like that's her house, that property belonged to her, so I might do that again, have the village, the, Public Works to move that.
Well, isn't there some kind of laws that they just passed about squatters' rights or something?
Well, I probably ain't supposed to do it, but
I mean, you got to,
Health
the
hazard.
attorney got to know something about squatters.
That's a health hazard. You can talk some stuff like that.
That's nice.
It's a different law, but happy to talk to you about it.
I mean, unless, I mean, you know, maybe it's a
Health.
petition for law base or something.
I know to sit there all day and don't move.
What's moving next? Motion to adjourn.
Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? So moved by trustee Andrews. Second by trustee Casey. All in favor? Meeting adjourned.